Welcome to the Smiles Are Wild channel, brought to you by Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. My name is Amy Morgan. We will be bringing you fun and educational videos weekly to help you take better care of your child's oral health care needs at home and on the go. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to see all of our new videos. And remember, it doesn't really matter how you take care of your teeth as long as you take care of them from the beginning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Morgan. I'm the marketing coordinator here at Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the new year and maybe some New Year's resolutions that you can put into place for a healthier smile in 2020. We are going to be talking about technically 5 things, an additional 6 for adults, hopefully adults only. But those 5 things are going to be that we're going to brush twice a day for 2 minutes. We're going to floss daily. We're going to replace our toothbrush, and we are going to make sure we are making our appointments, even new appointments for our children and ourselves. And we're also going to maintain a healthy diet. Now, the 6th thing that I wanted to include, just in case there's some parents here who are watching who struggle with this, is we want to encourage you to try to stop or quit smoking due to the fact that that can lead to severe decay, different kinds of dental problems that occur within smoking. And we just want to encourage you to try to do that this year. So let's talk about a little bit about the brushing. So when we say we want you to brush twice a day, that doesn't just mean go into your mouth and just start going all over the place with your brush. We want you to be consistent in your brushing. We want you to make sure that you're doing that for a full 2 minutes and that you're getting all the sides and surfaces of all your teeth, that you're brushing along the gum line, and that you're also using a toothbrush or a tongue cleaner to clean your tongue. So the cleaner the mouth, the healthier the mouth, okay? And if you have a really good brushing habit, it's more likely that you're gonna have fewer cavities and less trips to the dentist within this year, okay? Then on top of that, we want you to floss. Now we know that for a lot of people, this is a very hard thing to start into a habit of, especially for children. But we wanna make sure once those back teeth start to touch, for children, they start to floss in between those teeth. That's probably one of the #1 places that we see cavities form. It's between those back molars, and that's just because food and sugars get trapped there, and then the toothbrush bristles can't get in between the teeth, and so they start there, and then they end up being a cavity on each of those teeth that it's between, and then it can actually grow into a much larger cavity from that point. And if they have a cavity down lower in that area, we end up having to do a bigger filling than necessary because we have to get down to that surface. So there's a lot of things that flossing can prevent. So we want to encourage you to start flossing at least once a day. You can use floss on a string. You can use a floss pick. Sometimes the kids seem to be able to handle those a little bit better. But flossing is definitely something we want to see if you can turn into a New Year's resolution and try to do that every single day for the year of 2020. And then the 3rd thing we wanted to talk about is replacing your toothbrush. So as far as replacing your toothbrush, you should technically replace your toothbrush every 3 months, so once a quarter. So if you replace it now, you replace it again in about April and so forth. Now, if for some reason you and your family are going through an illness like a cold or something viral that can be spread, you want to go ahead and throw away all the toothbrushes or toothbrush heads and replace all of those. So it's going to be every 3 months unless there's been an illness go in the family, and then whoever's been sick needs to replace their toothbrush, because otherwise that bacteria and stuff from the illness can just stay behind and it can continue to make them sick. And so a lot of times you'll hear people say that they've been going on with a cold or flu-like symptoms, or allergies are a little bit different, but anything that's viral and they're like, we just can't kick it, we just can't figure out what's going on. Well, it could be that we're reintroducing some of those bacteria just through brushing our teeth. So you just want to make sure that if you're sick, you're replacing your toothbrush. And if not, then every 3 months. Okay, so the 4th thing we want to talk about is making sure that you are making your appointments. So one thing I always like to remind parents is we're at the beginning of the year. Your children should have 2 checkups per year, so once every 6 months. Also, if you have a child who has hit the age of 1 or had their first birthday in the last year and they have not seen the dentist, then they need to try to get a dental home this year. The AAPD, or the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry, recommends that you actually find a dental home for your child by the age of 1. And the reason that we do that is we want to start getting them acclimated to seeing the dentist, get them used to laying down for the exams. And the first couple of visits are pretty easy, just depending on the child. Sometimes at that age, they'll let us do a little bit more. Sometimes they'll let us do a little bit less. But regardless, you want to try to get them in by age 1 and then continue those 6-month checkups throughout their lifetime. Okay, so it's very imperative that we start early. And a lot of that is just acclimating them to the thought of a dental visit. On the first visit, especially here in our office, we'll do a dental exam. The dentist will actually come over and do a full exam. And we will also usually apply a topical fluoride of some substance, usually a fluoride varnish. It just depends on the age and cooperation of the child. And then as they continue to come in, those appointments will progress into the cleanings and things like that. But we do recommend that you come in as soon as your child has their first birthday. And again, even if you're watching and you're not within our area and you're watching outside of our area, we encourage you to find a dental home for your child by age 1. And again, that is a recommendation by the AAPD. And then the 5th thing on our list is to eat a healthy diet. Now, this goes along with a lot of people's New Year's resolutions to be on a diet, maybe lose some weight, maybe start to exercise. But when we talk about a healthy diet, we're talking about a balanced diet, just like any other diet, as far as like making sure you're eating your fruits and vegetables and things like that. But we do want to make sure that you are limiting the amount of sugar intake and soda intake. And anything that could be acidic. I know we had a patient in last week that we had to have a discussion with. They're in braces and they eat limes a lot, and the acid from the limes is making little white spots on their teeth. And so we talked to them about how to correct that, get that to reverse so that it won't have that damage when he gets his braces off. But that's just an example of something that we eat every day that we're not thinking about is causing damage to our teeth. So a lot of times these sugars, and all these acidic drinks and things like that, not only are they not great for our body, but they're not great on our teeth because when they start to break down, they start to break down the enamel on our teeth. And so that can cause a lot of damage, cavities, even just what we call decal or decalcification spots, where you just kind of get white spots on your teeth from that damage. So just be mindful of what you're eating. And just make sure that you are eating a balanced diet and limiting between meal snacks. And then another thing, especially for young children, is milk. And we want to make sure you're limiting the amount of milk that they're taking in during the day. It is great for their bones and their teeth. It's got lots of calcium in it, but it also has lots of sugars added into there, and even natural sugars that can cause some rapid decay. So we want to make sure, especially if your child is over the age of 1 and they're into the whole milk, 2% milk, whichever version of milk you happen to be giving them, that you're limiting that to meal times only. And if they have access to a sippy cup throughout the day, that includes water or some type of sugar-free drink. And then last on our list was just more hopefully pertaining to adults, is we want to encourage you to try to stop or quit smoking. Smoking can do a lot of damage to the mouth in terms of cancerous things and stuff like that, but it's also not great for your teeth. It can stain your teeth and cause a lot of damage there. So we hope that someone will hear this and then just encourage you to try to stop or quit. There are lots of resources online that you can find if you have any questions about that. You can also consult your dentist as an adult or your physician on some ways that you can start to counteract that. So today's information is kind of short and sweet. We hope that you all have gotten something out of this information. We want to thank you all for being here today. We also want to make sure that you are keeping up with us on social media. So like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter by searching Smiles Are Wild. We also have all of our video content uploaded on our YouTube channel, and you can find that by actually searching our office name, which is Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. I think I checked today, we have over 50 videos right there on our YouTube channel that can educate you and help you in all different manners when it comes to your kids or parenting or different tips and tricks for road adventures and things like that. I also want to let you know we have a podcast. So all of our content is usually uploaded into a podcast so that you can listen to it while you're driving. And those can be found on iTunes and Spotify by searching Smiles Are Wild. Again, we want to thank you all for joining us today, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and go visit us on smilesarwild.com.